Okay, so this is Asia. As you have known, sooner or later, this continent will have strong main influences on the future of the world and even now. And that's why we'll be talking about the economic social classes in Asia. So what's the deal with Asia?
Growing potencies in the world, boasting a 5.4% of GDP growth in this year alone. Reading the charts, you will think that financial problems will not be an issue, but you will be. This is because the fact that in Asia there are still 700 million people living with less than 2.25 US dollars. Another factor is because the government itself promotes the advantage of wealth in the region, making laws more appropriate for the people who already have power, thus increasing the difference between the wealthy and the poor.
The worst affected from inequality gap are Bangladesh, China, India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. As an example, an article released in 2015 by The Diplomat says that the number of people living with less than $1.25 a day has decreased up to 1 billion in the last decades. However, Chinese millionaires will increase by 74% by 2020, still a portion less than 1% of China's total population. In India, there is a small percent of wealthy people, while 50% of their people don't have a proper shelter and 70% don't even have a decent toilet according to poverty.org. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development studies this problem mainly in Southeast Asia, China, and India. It ensures that everyone has access to high-quality education and training opportunities without giving importance to race, wealth, or gender, investing in the health for the poorest with long-term dividends to allow time to pay back, and also allowing women and special groups to have jobs and help economic growth in their country.
Asian governments are currently taking action to solve inequality by using four policy measures. The first measure is efficient fiscal policy, which includes the increment on spending on education and health, especially for the poor, developing better targeted social protection schemes, and including conditional cash transfers that target income to the poorest, but it also promotes the building of human capital. Second are interventions to address regions in need. This includes improving regional connectivity, strengthening transfers to invest in human capital, and also improving access to public services. An example could be removing barriers to allow migration from poor to better areas. Third is establishing an employment-friendly growth by maintaining a balance in between manufacturing, services, and agriculture. Finally, the last measure is that these last three methods must be supported by a good governance in a way in which it reduces corruption and it eliminates social exclusion.
For Asia's future in its economic social classes, what awaits is a big fall or a big step.
The bigger they are, the bigger they fall.
Two of which one will occur for the continent. In most of the modern Chinese history, for example, its society has concentrated the most on building a sedentary existence. Now, taking China as an example, China is developing a middle class that sits between the ruling and the numerous masses. Not just that, but this population is also getting younger. Nearly half of the people living in their cities are under 35, and as the article says, millions of middle-income Chinese families like Xiao Kang are well-fed, well-housed, and well-educated, have good jobs and plenty of choices in life, but they are now confronting the dark side of China's 35 years of desolate growth. By Rosie Blau in 2016.
There's two pieces of artwork that relate to the inequality problem in Asia. One is Execution by Jiu Minjun and One on the Road by Liu Hua. Those two represent inequality problems in Asia.